Welcome to Dead Man Talking. Tonight's story has been sent in by one of my subscribers. I'll just go by the name Brad. Thank you ever so much for sending this over to me, Brad. It's an incredible account, guys, of a UFO sighting. I think some of you guys are going to really enjoy this. Please do obviously send me over any encounters or experiences you may have of any kind, guys. You know, remember the email address is deadmantalking666@gmail.com, or you can message me on any of the social media platforms. I'll leave the links below. I'd love to hear from you guys, whether that's for the show or just, you know, for my own interest. This is a passion of mine, so I love to hear of any strange encounters and experiences. Without further ado, guys, let's get into tonight's story sent over from my subscriber Brad, which I've entitled 1 AM in St. Louis. Let's get straight into that. Firstly, I must apologise, for I am not a storyteller, nor am I a writer, so this might be a painful read. I am a 36-year-old male with a straight-laced past and present, so the experience I had was in no way conjured from the side effects of any kind of legal or illegal substances. It was late winter of 2000, between the early mornings of 1 AM and 2 AM, when I experienced something I could never comfortably explain and could never forget. I am a bit of an impulsive individual, so boredom beckons my urge to travel, no matter the destination. And in this case, my destination was my family's farm, 1.5 hours southeast of St. Louis in Perry County, Illinois. I have always been a bit of a night owl, so when I could not stand the confines of the city, I decided I needed to get out of the country and do some late night trail riding on my new ATV. So I packed a bag, jumped in my truck and started on drive I have taken 1,000 times before. But this time, it was like no other drive I have ever had. I left for St. Louis just before 1 AM, headed south on aisle 64. Now, aside from the same few cars playing leapfrog for the past 35 miles and the bright high beams on the oncoming vehicles, the drive was going smoothly. I was getting to the point of my drive when I could finally see something that has always captured my eye on this boring drive. There is a small town on the east side of 64 that has a beautiful church that dominates the horizon due to the lights that illuminate the steeple. As I approach an overpass that marks the point I can look off to my left and see the church, I notice some far more spectacular dominating the night sky. I became entranced with the lights in the sky that burned brighter than any artificial light I have ever seen. But strangely, this light didn't seem to illuminate anything, at least not in a way that we are used to seeing. This light had no true shape, and so I have a hard time explaining exactly what it was that I saw. It was just a very bright light that didn't seem to move. But this light was about 800 yards east of the highway and about 500 feet in the air, so it was pretty close considering the intensity and mass of the light. As I observed this light, I noticed that it felt like time itself slowed down. But little did I know, it was just because I was coming to a crawl. I looked at my speedometer and I was going only 30 miles per hour. And I thought to myself, people should have blown by me by now, but as I look around, it seems everyone was doing around the same speed as me. As I was focused on the traffic around me, is when something truly strange started to happen. The interior of everybody's vehicle had become illuminated. It looked like the scene from Christine when the car is trying to kill his girlfriend, or the scene from Close Encounters of the Third Kind when Richard Dreyfuss encounters the UFO for the first time in his truck. That is the best way I can describe it. The people in their vehicles seemed to be completely oblivious to the object in the sky, and whatever it was they were experiencing, that dead light. I call it dead light because soon I realised my cab is becoming illuminated, and it didn't seem to be bright, but everything was so illuminated, and it couldn't seem to penetrate the glass to illuminate anything beyond the cab. At this point, a bit of panic sets in, but I can't seem to speed up time, much less my truck, so all I could do is watch this light in the sky and the comatose people around me for the next 2 miles. After I travelled those long 2 miles, I finally hit a second overpass that marks the end of any visibility of the small town. The beautiful church, or the strange light that consumed me, and a handful of others for how long I don't know. I do know that as soon as I was beyond that hill with the second overpass, it was like someone hit play on time. Everybody speeded up back to a normal regular speed, and I felt no illusion. I felt nothing, no presence, and no visual. The rest of the drive was uneventful, and I made no stops for good, gas, or to clean the crap from my britches. I arrived at the farm at 3:30 AM. As ever, folks, please do let us know in the comments below. Please do like and share. And remember, guys, be safe, not sorry.